Welcome to the Marvels, Mysteries and Midlanders podcast. Prepare to take a dive into all things mythical, eerie and downright strange. Stick around. You might just enjoy yourself. Good times.
I got moored or something.
He got moored or something, and then his body hit a mine and blew up and landed on another mine. And blew up and landed on another mine. And then another mine until he was just like nothing but a finger.
Just atoms.
Atoms in the air, that's all he was.
Mm-hmm. How poetic.
Very poetic. So hello everyone and welcome to Marvels, Mysteries and Midlanders. You are listening to us on a rather warm, what day is it? Monday afternoon? Yes. Probably not for you, but that's when we did this, and I hope, you aren't as uncomfortably warm as we are. I mean, we're just dealing with it, man. We're just dealing with it. So, how are you doing? I hope you're good. I hope you had a great week. I am joined by Lewis Carter. I'm James Alexander. Hello. And who's this?
Hello, everyone. That was my sexiest voice that I could do.
I tried sexier.
Oh, okay, hello, everyone. You're watching, and then I can't do the rest.
You're watching something.
You're watching. No, you're listening.
Or maybe you are watching. This beautiful man next to me today, with me and Adam. Adam, his name is Adam.
Yeah.
This is Adam Daly, everyone. He's going to be taking over Julian's seat for the foreseeable future, and we do hope you enjoy his presence as much as we do. He's this very special boy. Quite attractive as well. But that's not part of this now. We're getting into something very interesting today. Today, we are heading into the world of Arthurian Legend. But before we jump into that, I need to ask Lewis a quick story about something that happened. So, Lewis, last night, you offered me a hypothetical story. And I was a bit confused about it.
Yes.
So, obviously, in a non-explicit way, could you briefly explain what you'd experienced or didn't experience?
In a non-explicit way?
Yeah, we'll figure out when it comes to that point, but just give us a setting for what went down for you.
Early morning, phone call.
Just as day is dawning. Yeah.
Someone I know. What
time was it?
10 to 6.
Okay.
So not that early, but for a weekend...
You're asking a bit much. Yeah.
Yeah. Non-explicitly.
So someone called...
I don't think you can.
Someone called you up very early in the morning and they offered you a experience that could be provided...
A phallic experience.
A phallic experience, Adam, yeah. And one provided via face hole. Yeah. Someone rang up Lewis and offered him oral sex, okay, in the middle of the morning, and Lewis, what did you say?
No thanks.
And that was it.
No thanks.
He just said no thanks.
At least you were polite
your response, Adam, makes me think that you would have said, yeah.
I have one question for starters. Who was it that was offering it to you, Lewis?
Well, I don't know.
Was it just like was it just a passing thought in your head that you think someone's offering me a suck jump right about now? I'm going to say no.
I didn't know who would be
who the recipient
performing
would be.
that act.
You are obviously.
You gotta know who. Do
you know when just people like feel energy from the universe and they wake up one day and think, some ethereal spirit is offering me oral sex right now. No, thank you, spirit.
This is truly a good day.
Yes.
Thank you for allowing me to force you to share the story. It's very, very kind of you.
I'm very pleased you declined the offer.
Very pleased you didn't immediately hang up as soon as I brought it up. But anyway, back to the story for today. So today we're looking into Arthurian Legend. Here we go, lads. Here we go. We're diving into the world of just amazing tales of old British history. There's a first time for everything for us, and this is definitely a first time. It could go really well or really, really badly. But you know what? Either way, it's going to be a great journey, and we're going to be changed men by the end of it, for better or worse. That's how it's going to go. I'm also want to quickly say I'm very excited about the film The Green Knight coming out, which comes out, very soon. And the reason why I'm excited about it is because what we're looking at today is based on the story we're looking at. The film's based on what we're looking at today. I may have screwed that up, but we're going to go on with it anyway. So today we're looking at Gawain, the tale of Gawain and the Green Knight, which the film is based on. I'm not getting paid to say that. It's starting to sound like I am, but
I think there's an ulterior reason.
Green Knight is based on a 14th century poem. That's what it's from. So that's where it comes from. But the story is about a tale of honor, promises, and seduction. Yeah, I know. I saw you raise your eyebrows at that.
I'm just like, his name's spelt really, like, it doesn't appeal to my
Gawain!
Gawain. It's such an awkward name.
It's
Gawain.
Gawain. Gawain.
It actually sounds like something like a proud Scotsman would say.
Gawain,
man.
What are you doing over here?
Man.
Gawain. Yeah, I do agree. So, for those of you who aren't incredibly familiar with Arthurian legends, I'm not saying that to be a dick. I'm just saying, some of you may not be familiar with it because sometimes,
I'm not.
There we go. Lewis is not. That's good. That's good. Not being addicted. So, Lewis, Arthurian legends took place during the lifetime and beyond of King Arthur. He was also known as Arthur Pendragon and was a legendary British leader who has appeared in many a British legend from the medieval period. If you don't know him by name, maybe you know him by his sword, Excalibur, or the tale of the sword in the stone.
He's also Clive Owen.
I did hear he did moonlight as Clive Owen on the weekends, yeah. Yeah, not so much of him lately, though.
Director's cut, of course.
Mads Mikkelsen's in that.
He is.
And Hugh Dancy, Will Dancy.
Yeah.
Bill Graham. Yeah, that's how they met. Anyway, yeah, that's a bit of Hannibal.
For you Hannibal
fans out there, yeah, we do love Hannibal. So today, we're not focusing really on Mr. Pendragon today, Mr. King Arthur. We're focusing more on his nephew, Gawain. So, Lewis, so far, are you ready? Are you with us? You familiar?
Yeah, I'm
you
following
good?
him.
You following it? Good boy. So let's go far, far back in time to an absolute rager, or party, that King Arthur was throwing on New Year's Eve. The bards were working their hardest to play some of the greatest hits of the time, like Hit Me Strumpet One More Time.
I don't think these are real.
That's a strumpet.
Strumpet's like a seductive lady or possibly sex worker. But I like the term strumpet.
I thought it was an instrument. It sounds like an instrument.
So whoever's singing this song wants Strumpet to hit them one more time.
Yeah. But they're also singing another hit called Rhythm of the Night.
Oh, I get
But
that.
Night, obviously no one can read the script here. Night spelled with a K. Do you get it? Do you get it?
Wow.
So the bards are working their hardest. King Arthur was in the centre of the round table, being the pioneer of modern breakdancing, spinning on his head, a man who was truly king. You got that, yeah? You can imagine that's like cool. As the festivities continued, there was a sudden bang at the hall door. The room gradually fell silent. As another bang impacted the door, at this point the knights prepared to unsheath their swords to defend their king. And on the third knock, the doors swung open. Are you laughing at my storytelling?
For some reason, just unsheathing swords is,
Okay
my
then.
mind now.
Get your mind out the gutter.
It's because you said, hit me strumpet one more time, right?
Okay,
and I'm immediately thinking this is a different kind of party, right?
Yeah. Game of Thrones party.
Unsheathing your swords when you hear a knock at the door.
Good song. Sheathing your swords at the knock at the door. Yeah, so the knights are ready to go. The knock at the door happened. The third knock, the doors swung open. Standing in the moonlight was a towering, bulky figure with large mounds forming his hair and beard. This bulky figure rode into the centre of the hall, atop his green horse in green armour, with the spectators noticing something strange about him as well. He was green too! But why? Green skin, green hair, and green armour embossed with golden detail. In one hand he held a great axe, and in the other hand a sprig of holly. Just imagine the Hulk, but in medieval armour and not Mark Ruffalo. Ho, ho, ho. Green Knight. Yeah, you get
Shrek.
it? Shrek. You got any Shrek facts for us, Lewis, actually?
Not today.
Okay, not today. So yeah, Shrek turned up at King Arthur. So Shrek showed up at King Arthur's New Year's Eve party, yeah? And he kind of looks like a bit like the Ghost of Christmas Present from Christmas Carol, but all green and more hardcore. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm segued on the green. You said ho 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 Green Knight, and I'm thinking about Green Giant.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about how Green Giant is about sweet corn, which is yellow. and I've completely thrown myself off this now.
But it wouldn't be the same if it was ho 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 yellow giant.
I mean, if they gave it some pizzazz,
too many syllables.
Yeah. Ho 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 yellow giant, something like that. Yeah,
maybe in an alternate universe.
So the Green Knight inspects the knighthood and proclaims, "I challenge thee, leaders, princes, and kings, to a game." The room fell even more silent, if that was possible. "Any man who agrees to my terms will land a blow upon me with my own axe. And then, in 1 year, you shall find me in the Green Chapel, where I shall return a blow upon thee."
He said, the game then? Kill him and then he'll kill you.
Oh, well, you're not far off, really. You guessed it, but yeah. So... Yeah, okay. Nice one. The Green Knight goes on to mock the room's silence, particularly victimising poor King Arthur. Arthur, not wanting to be called out, invites the Green Knight to tell of his journey and adventures, but honestly was still unsure on what the hell was actually going on at the moment. So he decided to take the axe and prepare to lay the smackdown on the hulking vegetable. At the same time, the Green Knight calls the knights weaklings and cowards for not diving into the challenge any sooner. Before Arthur can land the blow, his nephew Gawain leaps into action, seizes the axe, and accepts the game.
All this time I've been under the presumption Gawain was the Green Knight. So I was like, why is his nephew challenging
I said
him?
Gawain and the Green Knight. Yeah, it's not Gawain the Green Knight. Yeah. Listen, children, all of you, please pay attention. So yeah, it's Gawain and the... No, Gawain's actually standing there with a sword to his neck going, I'll do it! That's what he's doing, yeah. So Gawain turns around and goes, "Take this, you green bastard!" He probably said that, and beheaded the half-giant in one swing. The room breathed a sigh of relief, thinking that this strange visitor was dealt with, but his body twitched, jerked, and reanimated itself. The body then picked up his own head, and his voice uttered, 1 year hence, before riding out of the hall into the night with sparks flying from the horse's hooves. I don't know what that means, but it was on a lot of the story versions I read. Gawain likely said to himself, think I'm in a bit of trouble, lads. But the party continued on anyway, with Gawain feeling uneasy for the rest of the evening.
Imagine just like carrying on after that. Like the pie.
You couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't.
He couldn't, but obviously everyone saw, and they were like, it's, just another classic King Arthur.
I hate to be you, Gawain. Away!
Took one for the team there, boys.
He just jumped in there. He got too excited. He got way too excited. So months go by until autumn finally arrives, and on All Saints' Day, also known as the 1st of November, Gawain prepares to leave Camelot in order to find his pea-coloured adversary. He then presumably has a fantastic medieval training montage filled with log tossing and more ancient herb consummation than your body has room for. But that's only speculation. We can only, just joke about that.
I think it's true.
He was on some herbage, yeah. So, Gawain heads out on his horse, Gringolet, or Gringolet. I think Gringolet sounds better, but it's probably his Gringolet. And ventures through the wilderness of northwest England and Wales. On his journey, he encounters various perils, such as giants, wolves, dragons, bandits, and hunger. The typical traits of your wilderness-weary warrior. But on Christmas Day, after travelling for nearly 2 months, after many wounds, near misses, Gawain was totally at his wit's end. And with nowhere to go and no advice to follow, he prayed for a place to spend Christmas Mass, and he prayed hard, real hard. "Please allow me to find shelter so I don't die and stuff," he said. And is what he said, for sure. And through the winter's mist, he saw a castle shimmering in the distance.
He seems like quite a character.
Is it because of the voice?
Yeah. He's picking up a lot of different accents on his journey, isn't he?
Well, he's well travelled, so he's obviously he spent some time up north, and then he's all
He has an eclectic accent.
Maybe he doesn't like to be pinned down.
All this trauma.
I think that's a very good. That was the character.
He has like a
slant I went for. Yeah,
what do you call it? Like a psychosomatic accent.
Maybe, yeah. That was what I was going for sure.
Or maybe he has a split personality.
Like James McAvoy from the film Split.
Exactly.
Wait until Patricia turns up later in the story. It's great. It's really,
He'll no longer be Gawain. He'll just be Gar.
That is correct. So this castle that appeared, it was so white, so white, intricately designed and taller than any other in Arthur's kingdom. Gawain for a moment thought it was made of pure parchment. Upon arriving at the castle gates, he is welcomed by the lord of the castle, Bertilac. The lord was middle-aged, with a thick grey-black beard and solid, sturdy legs. I don't know why the legs was a particular detail that was necessary to be put into the story by many of the sources I read, but the legs, at the same time, may come in handy later. You'll see.
In all fairness,
yes,
if I was a middle-aged, thick, maybe with 2 C's, grey black beard, I'd also want the legs thing to be added in there too.
Okay, yeah,
just as a bit of an ego boost.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean your legs, as I'm looking at them right now, they're quite sturdy.
Well, and this is it. If I wanted someone explaining me, I definitely want the sturdy legs thrown in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Though the host's fiery face and stocky figure made him appear fierce, his speech reveals him to be a gracious and gentle person. Gawain is also introduced to an old lady completely covered in a cloak with a big bushy brow, along with Bertilac's wife, who is young, beautiful, well-dressed, with an elegant swan-like neck and her bosom exposed.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We are already quite close anyway, James.
I know, yeah, but getting closer.
Getting
closer by the second.
Goodness gracious.
So Gawain presumably said to himself, I ain't gonna look at a bosom. That's another one of Gawain's accents there, guys.
It's a test.
It's exactly what it was.
You said that.
He presumably said that. I ain't gonna look at him. He said something definitely, again.
That's what everyone says to themselves, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they always try.
Well, look. Come look. Yeah. Upon his arrival at the castle, Gawain had 3 days until he must face the Green Knight. The clock was ticking. He refused his host's offer of a longer stay, explaining that he must search for the Green Chapel or else be judged a failure. The host responds gleefully, telling Gawain he can send him to the Green Chapel, easily as it's only 2 miles away. Gawain thanks the host, accepts the invitation to stay 3 days until New Year's. Free accommodation as well.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I think if anyone offered me free accommodation anywhere, I'd take it.
Even if there was an elegant swan-like neck.
How long is this
neck? Yeah, swan necks are quite long.
I may stay a few more
very
days.
long.
It just comes to the hallway with, bosom exposed and this hulking
I don't know
neck.
what would distract me more. Yeah.
Looking up and down.
I think
Or maybe one eye would look up and one eye would look down. And you'd be like...
Yeah, I think you'd really be in trouble.
Visually, ocularly.
Everything. I think you just got everything going there.
She's got it all, man. She's got a bosom and she's got a freakishly long neck. I love it.
It's not a podcast. It's a way of life.
Seriously, though, it's just a podcast.
That was ghastly.
The Lord also turns out to be a bit of a sportsman and wants to make a deal with Gawain. Bertilac will hunt with his men every day, and when he returns in the evening, he will exchange his winnings for anything Gawain acquires from staying in the castle. He agrees, gets to know the Lord's wife and the old lady as well, and goes to bed. End of a horrific journey so far. He's finally sleeping in a nice bed. Until on the morning of the...
What was that deal again?
Right, Lewis. Bertilac, the lord of the castle, will hunt with his men every day, and when he returns in the evening, he will exchange all of his winnings from hunting for anything Gawain has acquired from staying in the castle.
Yeah, so that is stuff there in the castle.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's true.
So Gawain goes around his house and just picks things up and says, "You can have that. I'll trade you whatever I get from the outside. Just give me my stuff." I feel like he could just kick him out. I feel like he's not winning anything.
Turns out I've found a castle. I'm having it. Yeah. I mean, thanks for these furs. I've given you this spoon I found in the kitchen in return. Enjoy. Bye.
Here's your spoon.
And Balak's like, "Thank you, Gawain. Thank you." On the morning of the first day, Gawain is awoken by a sensual and gentle feeling.
I feel like this is Lewis's story now.
Yeah. And that was a sensual and gentle phone call.
Oh.
Yeah. He finds the Lord's wife in bed with him, attempting to seduce him. My goodness. Her bosom is exposed and her elegant neck is extended to the fullest length it can be. Gawain says, "Listen, Bab, I think you're real fit, I do. But Bertlak's a nice guy and I don't want to really upset the governor." I don't know what accent that was, but we're just going to go with it.
He's got quite a sweet deal, Gawain has at the moment.
I mean,
if he kind of messes it up by sleeping with his wife, he's no longer going to get that the bounty.
It's true.
in exchange for his, I don't know, pots and pans.
It's true. Well, Gawain asked her to leave, which was, good of him. He asked her to go. And she refuses.
Oh,
No doesn't mean no to this woman.
a little reverse Uno card there. Oh, the turntables, my friend.
So this woman turns around and goes, "I've heard so many tales about you, Gawain. I'd love to get to know you more, sweet pea."
Wow, if I heard,
She's a
heard that voice, I'd have to reconsider.
She moved away from the medieval American South back in the day, hence the interesting accent.
Yeah.
So she offers to be his personal servant and tells him to use her body any way he sees fit. How would you feel about being a living table, Bab? Can I eat my dinner off your stomach, please? Come on.
Why would he ask for that?
Why wouldn't he? He didn't actually say that, but that was just...
I can imagine if he did say
This
that.
tale took a turn. Yeah. No, he didn't. That's just me trying to be funny. Trying to.
Well, it worked.
Oh, thank you. Gawain says her husband is the better man and tells her to leave, but continues to banter with Gawain for nearly 2 hours.
Oh.
She wouldn't leave him alone. The wife then steals a kiss as she leaves anyway. Ugh, rude. That evening, when Gawain is given the daily hunt's earnings, he returns the favour, granting the Lord a kiss upon the lips. Gawain gave Bertlak a nice little kiss, because that's what he got. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. The host jokingly asks where Gawain won such a prize, and Gawain points out that they agreed to exchange winnings, not to tell where or how they were acquired. This is presumably where we discover that the Lord was so totally into that kiss, he jumped out the room skipping.
I hope this doesn't awaken anything in you.
That's okay if it would. I'd love more medieval, love stories.
Eroticism.
Yes, I would. More homoeroticism in medieval cultures, please.
I do want to read some more Gawain eroticism. I wonder if there's a certain website.
Mate, it's not over yet. It could take a further turn.
Goodness.
The second morning, Gawain awakens once again to being caressed by the Lord's thirsty wife. This time she gets 2 kisses. My God, she's wearing Gawain down. She's wearing him down. You better believe on the evening that the Lord returned, he received 2 kisses in return. Is this like a swingers thing? Is it?
I think it might be. A strange little swingers
How
thing.
many
where
nights
she
has he
kind of...
got left?
3. He's got 3 nights there altogether. This is the second night.
Okay.
So I'm also going to say, what if he caved in and slept with the woman?
Would he have to sleep with Thingy then?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm saying, you could turn around and go, ha, he's having sex with him as a joke. But the thing is, this is actually being questioned by medieval scholars. They have said, if Gawain did sleep with the woman, would he have to sleep with the Lord? And as it stands, the way the rules are, he would. But do you think the Lord would be into it?
Oh, you'd have to accept. It'd be rude not to.
That sounds like
Come on, get him down.
Come to Gawain. It's interesting, but medieval scholars did indeed look in, question the possibility of that happening. So the third day come around, And the Lord goes out to hunt a fox with his men, and the lady once again tries her luck and kisses Gawain 3 times. This time, she also asks him for a token of love, such as a ring or a glove. Even though Gawain is so totally not in love with this woman. But, whatever. Just get out of my room. Frankly sick of this woman's advances, he rejects giving her anything and refuses to take anything from her, until the lady mentions her girdle. How did she know about my love for girdles? This green silk girdle I wear around my waist is no ordinary piece of clothing. The lady claims, but possesses the magical ability to protect the person who wears it from death. Intrigued and kinda into it, Gawain accepts the girdle, but when it comes time to exchange his winnings with the host, Gawain gives the 3 kisses, but does not mention the lady's green girdle. That wasn't part of the deal, Gawain. That wasn't part of the deal. The host gives Gawain the fox skin he won that day, and they all go to bed happy, aside from Gawain, who is weighed down with the anticipation anxiety many of us get before a big event. Tomorrow he will set foot in the Green Chapel and face the Green Knight.
I feel like there's a lot of foreshadowing here.
What's the old woman doing?
Stop trying to get ahead of the story. You'll find out about the old lady. I think.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Aren't I supposed to ask questions and
You are, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. Ask the right question.
Oh, right.
No, I'm a joke. No, there's not really much about the old woman in this part of the story. It's kind of more revealed towards the end.
Okay, we just need to know that she's there.
Yeah. Because originally when I wrote this, I didn't mention her. And actually, at the end, I was like, she's kind of important.
She's quite important.
Best mention.
Oh, yeah, and there was an old woman.
I said she had a bushy brow. What more do you want from me?
Yeah.
These medieval scholars must have been having quite a few things to go through during these times. Imagine like a medieval Freud having to kind of dissect him.
Oh, he'd be losing his mind.
I think he'd be in his element.
Yeah, he'd be losing.
He didn't have enough to do in his time.
Yeah, he'd just be crazy theories left, right, and centre.
And then this girdle fetish. I'd like to explore this some more.
Why not? I mean, I've never wore a girdle. It could be a good time. One of my biggest rules in life, sorry, rule saying, don't knock it till you tried it, man. Don't knock it till you tried it. What?
Maybe there's a certain limit there.
Okay. Don't knock it unless it's disgusting and reprehensible. Moving on. New Year's Day arrives and Gawain dons his armour, including the girdle, and sets off with Gringalet to seek the Green Knight. A guide from the castle accompanies him to the estate's grounds. When they reach the border of the forest, the guide turns to Gawain and proposes a solution to his impending problem.
If you leave now, without facing the Green Knight, I promise not to tell anyone. Nobody at all. Nobody has ever survived an encounter with the Green Knight before. It's suicide, mate. Suicide!
Gawain thanks the guide for his concern, but he refuses to be a coward. The guide wishes him well. Yes.
Where's he come from?
I've just said, Lewis, that he was guided out of the estate by...
like a concierge.
The concierge. The concierge. Yeah, he says a guide from the castle accompanies him. I did say that.
Yeah, I didn't listen to that bit.
Well, okay. Well, at least I guess you're honest, whatever. So Gawain was like, nah, mate, I'm not a coward. Laters, pal. And the guide wishes him well, leaves at a breakneck pace, afraid to go any further into the woods. Slowly navigating the lush wooded area, Gawain comes to a kind of crevice in a rock, visible through the tall grasses. This must be the Green Chapel. As he ventures into the crevice, he hears the whirring of a grindstone, confirming his suspicion that this strange cavern is indeed the Green Chapel, or at least a home to some blacksmith. Terrified and fully aware that the sound means his own doom, Gawain calls out to the lord of the place, stating that he has come to fulfill his agreement. Green Knight, I've come to bargain. The Green Knight replies, Welcome to my home. Stay put, knight. I will repay thee thy blow, all in good time. And continues to sharpen his weapon. The Green Knight emerges from around a crag carrying that old familiar axe from a year ago. He welcomes Gawain warmly and compliments him on his punctuality, then tells him he will repay him for his own beheading a year ago. Gawain tries to act unafraid as he bares his neck for the deadly blow.
I feel like Gawain's not really... he's not really... You go all out this way to get beheaded.
Yeah.
Because Gawain ain't no bitch, man.
Off to my death.
I feel like maybe he's a little bit of a bitch. Like, this is it, Gawain. I can get it. Like, you're not a coward.
It's all about knight's honour, mate. It's all about knight's honour. If it means I have to die, I'm doing it.
That was a big thing back in the day.
It was,
I assume.
Yeah. I mean, when I was a medieval knight, when I was a medieval monk, thanks to the Haunted Housewives podcast for doing a reading for us, which you'll know about one day. I was a monk, and I was, I had some amazing hair. I had the monk hair, and I was prospering.
How many times has this Green Knight done this? Can he just go over and over?
The little man, the concierge, we'll call him, the concierge, the bellboy of the castle, he said that no one's ever survived an encounter with the Green Knight. So with that ominous statement, you could think could be one guy.
I mean, if he gets like a little bargain and says, he strolls into King Arthur's party one day and says, if one of you can behead me in a year, I'll behead you. I'm just going to think, do you know what, mate? I'm just going to carry on like drinking.
Yeah. No,
I'll pass.
That doesn't sound that appealing to me.
And Gawain was like, oh, mate, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, do you reckon Gawain was just
I don't think he heard.
drunk?
I don't think he heard.
Absolutely off his face. And he just thought, you know what, that sounds fucking sick.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I have never beheaded. He was like a virgin knight and he hadn't killed anyone yet.
And he was like, mate,
perfect.
Green man here, best chop him up. Oh, wait, he said about a game. Oh, right.
Imagine a week before he had to go, like, fuck. I forgot about that.
Yes, that's what I think, because like, it's November and they're like, oh, actually, yeah, I forgot about that Green Knight. Cool. So the Green Knight approaches Gawain, lifts the axe high and swings it. The Green Knight sees Gawain flinch as he stops his blade. Mocking Gawain and questioning his reputation. You are coming across a bit of a bitch, Sir Gawain. Gawain tells him he will not flinch again, and the Green Knight lifts the axe a second time. Gawain doesn't flinch as the axe comes down, and he misses once more. The Green Knight holds the blade again, this time congratulating Gawain's courage. He then threatens Gawain, saying that this next blow will strike him. Angry, Gawain tells the knight to hurry up and strike, and the knight lifts his axe one last time. He brings it down hard, but causes Gawain no harm other than a slight cut on his neck. Gawain leaps away, draws his sword in excitement, and challenges the Green Knight to a fight, telling him that he has withstood the promised blow. The Green Knight casually leans on his axe and agrees that Gawain has met the terms of the game, but refuses to fight. He points out that he has clearly spared Gawain's life. He missed the first 2 swipes in accordance with their contract on the first 2 days, when Gawain gave him the gifts he had received from the lady. The nick from the 3rd blow was punishment for Gawain's behaviour on the 3rd day, when he failed to tell the truth about the green girdle. Wait, how did the Green Knight know about the deal with Bertilac?
Yeah.
That's what's probably going through your heads right now. Well, guess what? The Green Knight reveals his name, Bertilac de Hout Desert.
Sorry, the house dessert.
Bertilac de Hout Desert. Dessert. I should probably say desert, but Hout Dessert sounds better.
I like house dessert.
House, okay. Bertilac de House Dessert. And explains that he is the lord of the Paperwhite Castle where Gawain had recently stayed. Because Gawain did not honestly exchange all of his winnings on the 3rd day, Bertilac drew blood on his 3rd blow. Was your girdle kink really worth it, Gawain? To be fair to the lady, she did say it would protect him from harm, so you would probably keep it, wouldn't you? If someone goes to you, this will, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Gawain beheaded the Green Knight.
He did.
And he's just got like a little cut in return.
Yeah.
Or is that because of the girdle? Or is that unknown?
The Green Knight said he cut him, he nicked him because he wasn't honest about the girdle.
I feel like Gawain...
But he was honest about the kisses.
I feel like Gawain has actually made quite a lot of profit from this exchange. He
Girdles.
got to behead someone. He's just got like a little nick.
Some kisses.
Yeah, he kissed, Yeah, I think he's done all right. He's going to go back to the lads and be like,
hey, I got some kisses, mate.
Hey, kissed a blow.
And you know what Gawain would say? Don't knock it till you tried it, mate.
Exactly.
That's what he'd say. That's what he'd say. So, yeah, the Green Knight revealed who he was and, said, I hit you because you weren't honest about the girdle. Bertilac reveals that he is a servant of Morgan Le Fay, also known as Morgana, who was disguised as the old woman in the castle. Morgana is also Gawain's aunt and King Arthur's half-sister, as well as Merlin's mistress. She sometimes helps and sometimes makes trouble for King Arthur, basically. She's like an anti-hero, I guess, in many ways. But she's about, and as you can see, she's causing some trouble for old Gawain. All Gawain had to say was, "That bitch!" Bertolac reveals that she had sent him in disguise as the Green Knight to Camelot in order to scare Queen Guinevere, Arthur's wife, to death. To scare her to death. That's nice. That's very nice. One last time, Bertolac asks Gawain to return with him to the castle and celebrate New Year's with Morgan Le Fay and the others, but Gawain refuses and hurries back towards Camelot. On his journey back to Arthur's castle, Gawain's wounds heal, but he had fashioned the girdle into a form of shoulder pad, making sure his shoulder will always be invulnerable. Upon entering... Why just your shoulder?
It's got to be something to do with this girdle fetish of his.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know where a girdle goes on the body.
I think, is it like
I don't know what one looks like.
In my mind, it's like a corset, kind of.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, is it like suspenders or like braces? That's kind of like it, isn't it?
See, on Google, it literally looks like a long corset that comes from like a woman's breast area down to their hips.
Right.
How's he turned that into a shoulder pad?
He's a crafty boy.
Yeah, fair play, though. I'll give
He's
him
a
that.
crafty boy.
He knows his way around a girdle, that Gawain. He does.
He's had some experience, old Gawain.
Upon his return to Camelot and entering the hall of Camelot, he is met with cheers and celebration and tells the tale of his encounter with Bertolac. He explains that he intends to wear the green girdle forever as a sign of his failure and sin, and the court tried to comfort Gawain, deciding to wear green belts of silk to stand united with Gawain. And that is the end of the tale of the Green Knight.
I feel like Gawain has relapsed. I feel like he did have some kind of like girdle fetish that he's like kind of seek treatment for. Sought treatment for. And he's just had a complete relapse. That was Bertolac's plan. He knew it.
It was Morgan Le Fay's plan.
Well, you know, Morgan, Bertolac, they all know about this. It's common knowledge, and he's fucked, basically. There's no way he's getting over that now.
How about you, Lewis?
Did I miss something? How did he get beheaded?
Who got beheaded?
The Green Knight. How did he get his head back on?
Oh, he just stuck it back on, mate. That's not really important to the story. Just some.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We just don't address it.
It was a normal bloke that got beheaded.
Well, I don't know if Bertolac, the house dessert, is a normal bloke because he was disguised as a plant man, got his head cut off, got it put back on, and then was disguised as a lord in a paper-looking castle. Coloured castle, should I say. I don't think he's a normal guy, Lewis.
Okay.
It's just stuff back in the day, isn't it?
It's just classic ye tales, mate, you know. I get your head cut off, I get stick it back on, no problem.
You know, when you walk into like the streets of Birmingham in the city centre, you see like, you know, someone ODing or something. You just don't question it. You think,
It'll be fine.
You know, Green Knight putting his head back on.
Yeah.
It's just another Friday night, lads.
There's plenty of people in Birmingham who have stitch marks around the neck where they've been previously beheaded and are now fine.
Do we question it now?
We don't question it. We just accept it as the norm.
Unless you're Lewis.
Unless you're Lewis and you're all about
Sorry.
Always asking questions, aren't we, Lewis?
that. Apologies, too late, Lewis. It comes too late. So how do you feel about the overall tale, Lewis?
Yeah, a good one. I like it.
It's a good one.
A good one.
You like it? So, is that the first Arthurian legend you've truly heard properly?
Yeah. Well, I've heard the Excalibur,
Yeah.
but there's not a lot to say about that, is there, really?
Got a sword. I'm the King of England now.
Yeah.
I mean, there probably is a lot to say about receiving a sword and, you know, becoming king of an entire country. But, you know, I guess, as you said, maybe there isn't much to say about it. I'm sure people have made entire careers about it, but, you know, you were just there saying, no bother. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So this is going to be a film.
Yeah, The Green Knight.
So you just spoiled it, basically. So...
Mate, if you watch the trailer, he's got like a talking fox with him, so there's some changes have been made. You know,
Or they like added things to it.
I'm assuming so, yeah. So, yeah, in a way, I have spoiled it, but this episode's coming out after the film comes out. So it's only a spoiler for people who haven't been to see the film yet, if they want to see the film.
Okay. But you didn't give a spoiler warning, so...
I did say at the start...
They got to forget.
I did say at the start it's based on the tale is what the film The Green Knight is based on, which is coming out. I didn't specifically say spoiler warning, but it kind of says it itself, right?
That is
right?
If you're listening to a podcast of Gawain The Green Knight and you haven't watched the film The Green Knight, then you're going to be in for a ride.
I hope you enjoyed the film, whether you know the story or not. It looks great, to be honest. When I watched the trailers, look good, so I'm excited. To be fair, that's why we did this episode. So yeah,
it reminds me of the Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
Yeah, not the story, just the name.
Wow. I guess anything with the term green in it reminds you of Green Lantern.
Green Giant, Green Lantern,
Green Dragon. I can't think of anything with green in.
Not from Lord of the Rings.
What?
The Green Dragon.
Green. Yeah, isn't it the pub?
Yeah.
Or the Prancing Pony? No, the Green Dragon's the pub in the Shire, right?
Yeah, it's where Pippin and Merry.
We're nerds! Yeah, that's true. The Green Dragon. Yeah. So yeah, that is the story of Gawain and the Green Knight, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I personally had a well of a time telling it to these two lucky boys. But Lewis, now the reins are passed to you for your thing of the week. What you got for us, champ?
Thing of the week.
Look at that air of superiority. Right now, guys, you can't see it, listeners, but he's just sitting there with his arms behind his head. He's just like, he's in complete control of the situation.
So, the Swedish Navy, they were floating about in the sea.
As they do.
And they detected some underwater sounds.
Oh.
And they thought, what is this that we're picking up on our sonar, radar, whatever device they're picking up the sounds on?
Is it like just like
and they thought it must be the Russians, because this was back in the 80s.
It's always the Russians. It was
back in the 80s, so full Cold War era.
Yeah.
You've gone really dark. It's really dark.
It's because it's gone dark here. I haven't put the light on.
Where are you? So they thought it was the Russians, so the Swedish were like, "Oi, what are you doing, Russia?" here on my favourite website, WTF Fun Fact. It says it caused a diplomatic conflict.
Classic.
Yeah, because they were blaming Russia for these signs. But
fucking Russia and the sounds
weren't actually Russian ships, submarines, or anything of the like. What do you think it was?
Was it like a prototype of an underwater radio that was playing like the Archers on repeat? Was it not? Sorry, was it an object or a sound? It said a sound, wasn't it?
Yeah, a sound. Yeah.
So just the Archers thing
I'd
going.
imagine like
just under the water.
just a radio.
Just over and over and over and over.
Well, in this, it's very. This is probably one of my worst facts so far, I must say, because it's got no source.
You don't openly say that, Lewis. You meant to back it up.
Back it up. This is. It's a fact, isn't it?
Yeah,
it says fact on it.
It's on WTFfunfacts.com. It's
exactly,
a fact.
And I trust them as a.
They are credible.
It's a credible source. I mean, listen to this for a fact. You'll definitely think it was credible. No, it wasn't.
Wasn't the Archers
on the radio underwater?
Oh,
it was. They later found out that these strange sounds came from fish farts.
So they were picking up fish farts.
Ow!
They were picking up fish farts,
and
that discovery led to a Nobel Prize.
Really?
So whoever found that.
They give Nobel Prizes out for anything these days, don't they?
Yeah.
Did they previously not know that fish fired?
So, is there a recording of... What did this sound like? Right. Yeah.
Classic.
Classic.
Like that.
As if that...
It was like... what it sounded like was, the fart sound. The typical fart sound that you get on soundboards.
Yeah,
but it had
it's underwater.
a lot of reverb added on it, so it sounded like it was underwater.
And that nearly caused an international incident.
Yeah.
But somebody got a Nobel Prize out of it, so fantastic.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's
Do you know what? In an alternate universe, that actually caused a war.
The war was ended
versus
by
Sweden.
some fish farting under the water. Wow. Yeah. I bet that alternate universe is...
What a timeline to live in.
We are truly living in the darkest timeline. Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
That's fantastic. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. I say it nearly every episode. You've truly enlightened me, so thank you. And I, for one, am looking forward to the next Swedish-Russian apocalypse.
Yes.
Triggered by...
Fish.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
What fish was it?
Yeah, what kind of fish was it?
Because there's like,
Yeah,
obviously
I
there's
can't-
like
it's
schools
very-
of them.
You can't prove that.
It does look like a school of fish in the picture, but
Did they do like a tandem fart altogether?
It must have been, yeah.
I haven't done extensive research into it, I must admit.
Maybe next week.
You'll have to continue this
Next week.
thing the next later. This would be much appreciated. Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to get to the bottom of this immediately.
Yeah,
All right.
fish
well,
bottom.
well, guys, before we end the show, let's do a quick social media sting promo. Shameless self promotion, yeah, something like that. So if you've got like a weird experience, guys, you've experienced, strange story, weird goings on, do email it to us at marvels.mysteries@gmail.com, because in the coming future we're going to do an episode which is basically the three of us reading out your strange experiences, stories, whatever. And if you're willing to have that broadcasted on air by three Midlanders, please do that. And also, if you want to follow us on Instagram and see all our daily pictures and random shizzle we share, it's at MMMidlanders or at Midlanders. It's 3 M's and IDLANDERS. It's fairly easy to follow. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Any parting words from either of you?
I hope that I don't meet the Green Knight someday. Because if I do, I'm just gonna leave him. I'm not gonna do anything.
That's fair enough, man.
That's a shit deal.
Yeah.
Incredible. That's
Here's
exactly...
one for deals, wasn't it, that bloke?
It's just, can I get you something from the shop? Let's turn it into a game, shall we? Oh, I'm just going to go clean your shoes. Fancy making this a little more dangerous. Just something like that, yeah. But yeah, that was it, guys. That was Gawain and the Green Knight. We made it through our first Arthurian legend. Go us.
Gawain and his split personality.
Gawain!
Gah.
Gawain! Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for listening to us. It's been an absolute pleasure to broadcast to you, as always. I hope you enjoyed our telling of the tale of Gawain and the Green Knight. I know I have. My name's James Alexander.
My name's Adam Daly.
Lewis Carter.
Lewis Carr. And we're Marvel's Mysteries and Midlanders. Have a great week and take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Au revoir. What the fuck was that? Is this some kind of weird pre-ritual?